everybody's just gambling right away. You're not even gonna wait. You know, we're not even gonna wait until I'm ready. Oh man, it's gonna be one of those streams because I'll just look here. Here's what it is. Here's what it is. Here's what it is. I am triggered. Yeah, that's right. I'm triggered! Losing my mind over here. Losing my mind. Okay, initiate the gambling for everybody. And let me clean my glasses off. God damn it. God damn it. Get your gambling in. Get it in. Get your rolls in. Sheesh. Just join, then connect your Twitch. Oh, okay, yes. Okay, so first things first. God damn it, Trev. Where's Trev at? Where is he at? Where is he? Oh man. I'm already triggered and it's Trev's fault. What's up, everybody? Welcome to your Friday stream. Welcome to your Friday show. Look, we're gambling. But we're only probably going to be gambling for an hour, 40 minutes or an hour, and then I'm shutting it down. I'm shutting it down. Okay. And obviously we're supposed to be waiting here for the big Empire magazine thing that they teased out. Did it drop yet? Did Empire magazine drop it yet? Oh, wow. Okay. So look, here it is. And look, some people predicted it. Some people were talking about this last night in the scooping and leaking communities. So, yeah, we kind of knew what it was going to be. But here we go. Let's get this pulled up. Let's take a look. Let's take a little look-see here. Okay, so this is where the fun begins. Empire celebrates 25 years of the Star Wars prequels. Speaking of Hayden Christensen, Ewan McGregor, Natalie Portman, and more in brand new interviews. 2 collectible covers, art by Paul Shipper, out Thursday, February 15th. And I wonder here if they're going to talk about this because the rumors are that they are going to re-release these movies into theaters. Is that at all in this article? The fall of Anakin Skywalker and the collapse of the Galactic Republic, Razam Palpatine, and creation of Darth Vader. It's been 25 years since Star Wars prequels. That is pretty wild to think about, honestly. 25 years? That is pretty wild, bro. Like, do y'all remember? Did y'all go to the theaters to watch the Star Wars prequels? Let me know. Those are some of my favorite movies to experience in the theaters. I loved seeing those movies in theaters. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like a lot of you did too, huh? Crazy, man. Really, really good time. I think one of the coolest theater experiences I ever had was, and I think I've told this story before, but it was in Attack of the Clones. And it was when Yoda, like, gets ready to actually fight Dooku. And there was this, like, little old lady in our theater, and she stood up and she was like, "Kick his ass, Yoda!" Like, she was, like, so hyped and into it. It was pretty wild. So I have really good memories of watching all of those movies. And then I think I was either in junior or senior year when Sith came out. And we dressed up. I wish I had photos of this, man. Me and my buddy dressed up as Jedi. And we went and watched it. It was a midnight release back when midnight releases were actually at midnight. Like, these kids today, man, they got no idea what it used to be like, you know? Kids today get everything just handed to them on a silver platter, and yet they still are all depressed. God damn. Back in the day, you had to actually go to a midnight release. At midnight! And then turn around and go to school the next day. They made, like my parents and my buddy's parents made us go to school the next day. Yeah. It was crazy. That was wild. That was a wild experience. But Sith in theaters was incredible. That movie is... I really like Sith to this day. To be fair, I was so young and... I don't know, man. I liked all the movies. Okay? I understand that the prequels are a bit controversial. But I loved these movies, dude. I loved these movies. I loved going to see them. 25 years. That's crazy. 25 years. That is wild. The new issue of Empire is an epic celebration of episodes 1, 2, and 3, revisiting the movies with the people who made them. Inside, we have a brand new cast, interviews, including major conversation and exclusive photo shoots with Anakin Skywalker himself, Hayden Christensen, that's dope, Palpatine, Ewan, Natalie, Liam, Sam, Brian Blessed. Plus, we revisit iconic sequences with producers Rick McCollum, stunt coordinator Nick Gillard. Oh, that's cool. And concept designer Ian McCraig. Breaking down the pod race. I mean, that sounds dope, right? The issue will feature 2 collectible covers. Always 2 there are. Illustrated exclusively for Empire by Paul Shipper. That's pretty cool. So yeah, that's pretty nice. Looking good. They don't. Let's see here. And that's not all. In this issue, we also take a long-awaited mutant mayhem of X-Men 97 to get the word on Alex Garland. Okay, blah, 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 blah. So they don't really talk about it coming out in theaters, huh? Okay. All right. Yeah, so not the epic, incredible, awesome announcement that I think many people were speculating on. I do think they'll probably re-release these movies in theaters. That's like a rumor that's kind of out there. But, yeah, cool. Cool. So, I don't know, chat. What do you think? Was this a letdown, or are you, like, hyped? What do you think? Hoping for Accolade in the Super Bowl now? Accolade at the Super Bowl. I doubt it unless they do like some Disney Plus kind of commercial that has like a bunch of different things, and then maybe you get some Accolade stuff. I think it's possible that these articles and some of the stuff they're going to talk about with the prequels could connect to Accolade. Technically, Accolade does happen right before. Well, I guess we really don't know. It could happen a good bit before, but it's in the High Republic, which then leads into the prequels. I believe Accolade is like right at the end of the High Republic era, going into the prequel era. So you could see some kind of connection there. I mean, it's smart to draw the comparison to the prequels for Accolade, because I feel like there's very similar energy there. The Empire, or I guess the Republic is probably pretty recognizable to what we would see in the prequels around the time of Accolade, so that could be really cool. But, yeah, I don't know. What do you think, guys? Really exciting or let down? Let down, but I would watch the shit out of Revenge of the Sith in theaters. Me too. I would definitely watch these movies in theaters again. Like I said, great time. I had a great time watching them. And, it's funny. I'm like back in my hometown now, so I would be watching them in the same theater that I watched them in 25 years ago. God damn, that's crazy. That is crazy to think about. Same theater from 25 years ago. That's nuts. Okay, well, so that's not that big of a deal. But don't worry, because we have stuff that we are going to talk about and get into today. First of all, how are you guys? How you guys doing? You're old, says the Nerd Executive over on Twitch. God damn it. And also, hello there. And what's up to the people watching on Twitter? What's up to people watching on Twitch? And what is up to everybody on YouTube and Kick and well, that's it. But what's up? Hope you guys had a good week. Chat's been lagging for me ever since last night. I have to keep closing chat and opening. Stupid YouTube. Yeah, YouTube can be pretty stupid, can it? Yeah. Yours just closed? What closed? Your local theater? Oof, that's tough. I kind of want to start streaming Pal World. Dude, Pal World's incredible. I love Pal World. Been having a lot of fun. I wish I had more time to play. Hi, I'm hungry. Thoughts for breakfast? Well, I don't know what kind of a day you're having, right? So I don't know what you want to set yourself up for, but probably my favorite breakfast is a Eggs Benedict. And there's lots of different ways you can have an Eggs Benedict. I like Eggs Benedict with like super thick bacon. Not the Canadian bacon. Fucking Canada. Real bacon. American bacon. So I like that. Hollandaise sauce is super key, though. You have to have a good Hollandaise sauce, man. If you don't have a good Hollandaise sauce, take the whole dish and throw it in the trash. So depending on what kind of a day you're having, that's what I would recommend. Yeah. Ooh, salmon. Oh, you know what? I've actually had that before, like smoked salmon for an Eggs Benedict. Oh, bro. That shit kind of slaps. Kind of slaps. America. Yeah, indeed, America. Come to Denver and check out Snooze. Really good Benny's. Okay, maybe I will. There's a new Bad Batch clip. Wait, what? Really? Interesting. Okay, maybe we'll watch that. Look, let's collect our thoughts. Let's do a show. Let's actually get. We're professional around here, okay? So let's just begin. And I will just say, look, here's the truth. I'm super triggered, and I am not having the best week. I had a really frustrating week. And so I don't know what to expect in this stream because I'm like super like manic and triggered, and I'm probably gonna freak out on Trev 100%. So let's just start there. So buckle up your buttholes. It's gonna be spicy. Yeah. Second thing, we're doing this stream. Got some videos coming out. Hopefully video later today. Got a really cool video coming out tomorrow about Thanos, King Thanos, and some of the crazy evidence that Marvel Studios is actually going to replace Kang with King Thanos. It's real. It's happening, man. Fuck Kang. And I'll prove it to you in the video. So watch it. And then, of course, we're going to be streaming for the Super Bowl. We're going to be streaming for the Super Bowl. So I'm going to be live a little bit before the Super Bowl on Sunday. And oh, god damn it. I just got triggered again. I got to stop looking at Twitter. We're going to be streaming for the Super Bowl, and we're reacting to the Deadpool 3 trailer. Deadpool 3, so cool. I'm excited. You're excited. And so we're going to be reacting to that on Sunday. And here's what we're going to do. Okay, I don't want to eat a bunch of spicy wings like we did the last couple of years. Okay, so we're going to do it a little bit differently. What we're going to do is if the broadcast shows Taylor Swift, every time the broadcast shows Taylor Swift, I'm going to eat a spicy wing. Okay? And we're going to do the first 5 we'll do at a certain level. Every 5 times they show Taylor, I'll do spicier wings. Okay, so I'll find some spice and we'll start it off at like kind of spicy. Then we'll go like pretty spicy. Then we'll go like out of control spicy. And then we'll go like I'm going to die. Spicy. Take a shot. I thought about that, but I'm not trying to get sloshed on stream. I just don't think that's the move. You know, maybe for a different stream. But like I'll be trying to like break down the actual trailer. And if I'm all sloshed, like that would be yeah, that's not good. Half shots? Oh, right. What are the weekend plans? Well, you know, so I got a stream on for the Super Bowl. We have like a family thing on Saturday, so I'm gonna be going down to West Virginia, actually. Going down to West Virginia. Got a lot of family in West Virginia. So I'm going to go down there, hang out Saturday, come back. But that's pretty much it. I mean, I've got some work to do. I'm going to be working in like the mornings and whatnot, and then doing the Super Bowl on Sunday. So that's kind of the plan. Corey, welcome to the Nerd Vengers. You are a Nerd Venger now. So welcome. I should also say we're probably going to draw for the $200 GameStop gift card. We're going to draw for that again on Monday because the person that won did not claim it. I tried to reach out to them in the back end of their channel, and they haven't hit me up. So if you're a member here on YouTube, you're automatically entered to win. If you're not a member, you could become a member and be automatically entered to win. And you could do that for free on Twitch with the Jeff Bezos bucks. I've talked about this before. Most of you guys probably know by now. But if you don't know, if you have Amazon Prime, over on Twitch, you have the ability to give a free subscription, like a $5.99 or a $4.99 subscription, to any streamer you want. And it doesn't cost you anything extra. So it's included in the cost of your Amazon Prime. And so if you want to become a member, but you can't really afford it, but you have Amazon Prime, you can become a member for no additional cost to you. You get all the member benefits. Last night, we had a bunch of people on Twitch hanging out, watching the Nerd Vengers only stream where we talked about George Lucas and Star Wars. We did like almost a 3-hour stream. It was really fun last night. So go do that. Must be present to win? No, not necessarily. I usually do a thing where I either reach out to the channel or I'll like subscribe to the channel or try to find the person via social media with whatever's on the channel. And I usually just give them a week to get back to me. And if they don't get back to me, it's like, no worries. We'll just, do another drawing and give it to somebody else. So I say all of that to say we're going to do another drawing for that on Monday. That's when I want to do it. Yeah. What about that Tucker interview? So obviously, like, this is not the den of geopolitics. This is not the den of, Russia or global conflicts or whatever. But I don't know. I will say my sort of first take of the interview was like, this interview sucks. Like, it's just really fucking boring. And I felt like Putin just wanted to ramble about Russian history. So my first sort of pass on the interview, I was like, this shit sucks. And it's stupid. And everybody's stupid. And I hate everybody. So shut up. But there were actually some kind of interesting things that I think were eventually brought up. And it is interesting to get the perspective of Putin on some of these things. And I think the one thing that I would say that every person should take away from that interview and like a positive of that interview, at least from my perspective, was that Putin seems like a rational actor. And what I mean by that is, like, I think there's a lot of fear associated with that dude in this huge global conflict. And basically the big concern is like, is this motherfucker like completely crazy? And is he just going to destroy the world? And I got the impression that he was not that. And that he was, in his own ways, a rational actor, which is good. So that's pretty much all I have to say about that interview. It would be cool if... how crazy would it have been if he actually got that American hostage released or whatever? I think that would have been really interesting, but yeah, we'll see. I'm sure there's a lot of other people that will give you a much better take on that interview and that entire situation. Again, I'm not that guy, so I don't really know. What else is going on? What else do you guys want to talk about? Let's get all the triggering things out of the way. What else do you guys want to talk about? And how else do you want to trigger me? Because I'm super triggered, dude. I am unbelievably triggered about this Disney earnings call. I am so triggered about the Disney earnings call because I can't believe all of the, I mean, I just think it's grifting. I just think it's fucking grifting. All of these people that are claiming it was a bad call or it's a disaster and all these different things. Like, I am so triggered by it, okay? And I think part of the reason is like, dude, Monday, on this show, on this stream, on Monday, I'm literally talking about, the Gina situation. I'm talking about the lawsuit. I'm talking about how it's a big L for Disney, things that they could do. Dude, I don't even like Disney. Like, I really don't. I like Marvel. I like Star Wars, but I don't give a shit about Mickey Mouse, Goofy, any of that shit. I never really have. I just don't care about that at all. And it's not like Disney's like this defensible company. No, like much like most big businesses, big corporations on the planet, they do a bunch of fucked up shit, right? The thing that I just find crazy, though, is, days later, they have an earnings call. And the whole point of the earnings call is to report to shareholders and also to potential shareholders, how's the company doing? That's the point. Like, how's the company doing? And the idea is to say, it's doing well. I don't think the goal is ever to go into an investor call and be like, shit is just falling apart. And this company, I just don't know. And, this is really tough and that's really tough. And the two things that really triggered me. The first thing is, I was doing a little bit of research, right? Because I pulled, I did a video. I was recording a video yesterday to try to break down from the perspective of Marvel and Star Wars fans, what was said and what does it mean, right? And that video is going to drop today. And as I'm looking for it, I'm looking for B-roll. I wanted to just steal people's B-roll. Okay? You want me to be completely honest? I was hoping I'd go to Valiant Renegade's channel and he had this great video with a bunch of B-roll, and then I was just going to steal it. Okay? And instead, I see all these fucking thumbnails of Disney's disaster, Bob Iger's disaster. And here's the thing. I get it. Okay, in some ways we're all grifting here. I understand. It is the attention economy. You have to be Salacious Crumb. I understand. But the absurdity of claiming the call is a disaster when the stock went up, it had its biggest day since 2020. I just can't fucking make sense of that. And the other thing that really triggered me is by simply pointing that out. By simply pointing that out online, I had all these buttholes that got mad. And that thought I was pro Disney, or I'm just trying to look past all of the Disney bullshit and all this stuff. It's they wanted to attach all this fucking narrative to me just pointing out, just finding a moment in this crazy fucking light matrix simulation reality where a bunch of motherfuckers said some shit that seemed stupid as fuck when you just look at the stock price. That's all I was trying to point out. That's all I was trying to say. Hey, look, I just find it weird to say it's a disaster when it has the biggest day since 2020. The volume's fucking incredible. People actually think this has a lot of future value and maybe Disney can actually turn it around. That's it. That's it. That's it. I'm not trying to be bro, Disney's the best. Oh my God. No. Holy shit. I just can't believe it. And so that shit is just triggering the fuck out of me, okay? And look, here's what I want to say too. Here's what I want to say. I can acknowledge that at least a part of that is just me getting triggered. You know what I mean? I don't need to get that triggered about that shit. To be fair, I probably should just let it go and just do my thing, right? But it just really bugs me, dude. It just really bugs me how narrative driven and how audience captured and how grifty and dishonest and slimy this whole situation is. Can we not just acknowledge all the stupid shit that Disney does while also acknowledging that they have probably the most valuable IP on the planet, and they are trying to not do a bunch more stupid shit, and they have there's some really smart things going on behind the scenes over at Disney. And Bob Iger, who, look, I shit on Bob Iger like once a month. Okay, I don't know Bob Iger. I don't like Bob Iger. My relationship to Bob Iger is like my relationship to Tony Stark. Might as well not be a real motherfucker to me, right? But I would just argue that if you're just being objective, he's probably one of the greatest CEOs of all time. Like, he's got to be top 5, you know? And that's despite everything that's happened in the last 5 years at Disney, you know? Like, good CEO. And some of the decisions making and some of the deals that are being struck behind the scenes and some of the ways they're looking to extract value from the IP that they have, it actually seems pretty fucking sensible. Like, that's where it is at, you know? And it just like really gets to me that I just don't, I want to just live in reality and just be able to talk and just be able to say it the way that I see it. And it feels like, you know, we go from Monday where I'm just trying to objectively talk about this lawsuit and how I feel about Gina, and Gina seems like a sweet person, and this, that, second, and the third. And it just feels like you get put in a bucket and that means this. And then 3 days later, when I just point out fucking reality, I also then get put in a bucket and there's this angle and perception of being pro Disney and all this shit. I'm exhausted by the internet, and I'm exhausted by the narrative driven focus of all of these different people and channels on the internet. Now, having said that, I'm curious as to where you guys are at, because, you know, I got in a little bit of a scuffle yesterday with Valiant Renegade. I don't even think it was that deep. It's just like, I just don't understand where homie's coming from. You know what I mean? And I talked to WDW Pro a little bit earlier today, and Pro wants me to come on a stream next Tuesday at Live and discuss, debate my, I forget the way that he worded it, where it's like, your different perspective on the earnings call could be like interesting and have an interesting conversation. So here's the thing. I don't even like fully understand that. Like, to a degree I do. It's like, okay, content, and like, you know, obviously it can be entertaining when people disagree and argue. But it's like, what are we even disagreeing about? Like, I just don't even know how to approach that discussion or that kind of a scenario. I would love to have a conversation about the future of Disney. You know what I mean? I wouldn't love to have like an hour-long pseudo debate where narratives just decided and motherfuckers just backing up their preconceived notions and just kind of like echo chambering an audience that I think is just captured by fuck Disney. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. Like, on the one hand, like, I actually do like those guys, and I think they do some good work. But I'm like, I don't fucking know, man. So I just wanted to ask you guys. Do you think I should do that stream? Like, would you guys want me to do that stream? Would you enjoy watching such a thing? Because, like, I don't know, like again, that could be interesting. I would be more interested in, like, okay, so it seems like this is their plan. And we're going to get into some of this stuff today, because I actually am really interested in some of the ideas in the plan. And the epic deal, to me, and we're going to do a whole segment on this today, the epic deal is not only great for Disney, but it kind of shows, to me, the power of the IP that they have beyond movies and television, which might seem obvious, but I think until I really sat with it yesterday and even the day before, it just kind of hit me in a different way, and it all has to do with context. It has to do with context, and it has to do with where entertainment is actually going in the future. So I'd be interested in having that conversation, and I'd be interested in, debating, possible solutions to the problems that Disney has. But, I don't know how I don't know, how could you say that call was anything but great? Do you know what I mean? How can you make that claim? I mean, you could make the claim that the company itself isn't just instantly fixed, but I mean, who the fuck's making the opposite claim of that? Who is out there saying, dude, one good call and one good idea saves the company? If that was true, the stock price would be $1,000 a share. If people really felt like that, I don't know, dude. The whole situation is super frustrating to me. So I'm super fucking triggered, and I hate everyone, and everybody's annoying. I'm right, everybody's wrong, and that's how I feel. That's how I feel. Can we get some toast? Big leak check? What do you mean by that? Is this the stuff about Daredevil? Because I don't want to talk deep spoilers on this stream. You hate me, Joshy? No, I don't hate you. I actually don't hate any of these people. I'm just viscerally angry and frustrated by the state of the world and the state of audience capture. I just don't think you need to put this big anti fucking Disney spin on everything. Disney's doing just fine on their own, for the most part, putting that narrative out there themselves, And I think once you start to play that game, once you start to bend the truth because your audience or your numbers will go up, then you've been completely captured, and I can't take you seriously. You know what I mean? I just can't. That's bananas to me. First thing I did when I got home from my Apple Vision Pro was watch Revenge of the Sith on a 1,000-foot OLED screen, deep blacks and bright stars. Holy poop, it's a theater competitor, bigger and better. That's cool, man. So you actually got one of the Apple Vision Pros? That's kind of interesting. I watched a lot of videos on the Apple Vision Pro, and it all started with the Casey Neistat video, because I just kind of don't get it. When I saw, and I'm sure many of you guys had the same reaction, you're like, that just looks like a big, heavy, stupid piece of stupid hardware on stupid people. But then when I saw the Casey Neistat video, he was able to kind of break it down via story, and I kind of understood it a little bit more. I was like, okay, I can see, because they call it spatial computing, right? They don't want to call it VR or AR. They call it spatial computing. And I think once you start, it was just interesting through Casey's video, and then I watched some of Marquez's stuff, and I was like, damn, this is a moment. It is. I vote do their stream. I feel like you would bring a new perspective. Would I, though? Would I? I don't think my perspective is new. I don't even think I think that differently than these guys. You know what I mean? All right, let's go to the polls. Let's see what you guys think on the polls. Should I do the stream or not? Because, look, I like those guys, to be honest with you. I do. I like them despite the fact that they trigger the fuck out of me sometimes. You know what I mean? But that's just true of life. So let's see here. Should I do... Should I do it and then wear, Mickey Mouse ears and just be super pro Disney and just annoyingly pro Disney? That'd be kind of fun. Disney's so good. Wait, what? Jessica says, nah, Josh, you saw Theory getting hate and decided to be less like you used to be. Okay, Jessica. Yeah, Jessica, just please let me know what the fuck you mean by that. Just please elaborate. Illuminate me, Jessica. Jessica! It seems you have this nugget of truth, this perspective of cosmic justice. Please enlighten us. Jessica! I saw Theory get hate for like 3 fucking plus years. In fact, it used to be a joke that I would say and do the most ridiculous shit on that show, and yet the internet would come away getting mad at Theory. So, Jessica, please illuminate us. Jessica! Jessica? Hello? Jessica? I saw Theory getting hate, so I decided to be less like I used to be. What does that even mean? God damn it, dude. Dude, I'm so fucking triggered. I am so fucking triggered. Jessica, get your stupid comments into the chat. Okay, here we go. Theory chilling with them anti-Disney folk and got hate for it, and you switched up your whole way of being in a trivial attempt to be different. You are not sure of the person you want to be. Oh my God, Jessica, you got me. Jessica, brilliant analysis. Are you a psychologist? That's in a stream at around noon on Friday talking about Disney giving wisdom? Because you're like the worst fucking psychologist I've ever seen in my life. God damn. Close the browser. Get back to work on a Friday, Jessica. I'm pretty sure the person I want to be. You know what kind of person I want to be, Jessica? The kind of person that mercilessly, like where you work, where you at? I'll come into your office, your job today. You know what kind of person I want to be? I want to be the person that's so fucking petty. Where you at? McDonald's? IHOP? You at Walmart? Target? Where you at? I'm gonna come in there and complain about your ass. I'm gonna dump shit in aisle 7 and watch you clean it up, and I'm gonna fucking do it again. Jessica, how's that for being sure of the person I want to be? Jessica? Holy shit. Yeah, I just can't with the internet, bro. I just can't with the internet, man. Like armchair keyboard board psychologist, analyst, fucking whatever. Holy shit. Jessica, send me an email. Jessica, let's do an influencer fight. You and me, Jessica. I'm sure we could get it sanctioned somewhere. I'm absolutely certain we could. I'll put both hands behind my back, and I'll just headbutt your ass. Josh, I know you're at Crossroads. Fortnite and Taylor is not your channel. Disney are scattergunning. They need to return to 1990s or Paris. Okay, thanks. Appreciate it. So anyways, like I said, super fucking triggered by the internet and by everything that's going on the internet. So we're in for a wild one today. Okay. I don't think we have to talk about that Star Wars shit anymore. Let's just talk. Let's get right into. Let me find the stuff about Epic Games. Let's look up this Epic Game thing, man. God damn it, Jessica. Let's look at this deal. Let me get this pulled up. And let's talk about this. I think personally, this is a huge reason as to why the stock price is up. And also, let's check that stock price. What is the Disney stock price? I just want to know. Okay, so it's bounced a little bit. It has bounced a little bit. I wish I could get like actual good data on this, man. Because I don't even know. I don't know what this means. I don't know what this means. I don't know what these numbers are. Jessica, you've triggered me way more than Trev ever did. I seriously want you to send me an email. I want to talk this through with you. I'm so fascinated by Jessica's opinion of me. I need to do a phone call. We should stream. Jessica, you want to come on the stream right now? Kang Dynasty? Oh my god, that's going to trigger me too. Okay, let's talk about this though. Let me make the point that I was trying to make. Let me get this going here. Okay. So, I personally think that this epic deal that Disney made is not only a large part of why I think future projections for Disney are actually up, but it showed me something really interesting about the Disney IP itself. Something that I think is... I mean, maybe people are missing this. I don't think Wall Street is missing this, but let's talk about it. So first, let's play this trailer. Let's kind of contextualize what we're even talking about here. Here we go. Oh, what the hell?
Place.
There we go.
Where magic is epic.
I wonder how long ago this was made, too. What the hell is that? Kind of interesting, huh? Soon-ish. How long ago do you think this was made? Because it's kind of interesting. Like, it has some stuff from some of the actual animation and movies, right? But then it also has stuff that Epic made, but it just uses, like, footage from Fortnite, which is kind of interesting because, I mean, I suppose it'll probably end up looking a lot like Fortnite. And Epic, of course, is, you know, most known for Fortnite, and Fortnite is maybe the largest video game on the planet. Huge way that Disney has utilized their IP already in Fortnite. And yeah, so they're doing some kind of, I mean, to me, it feels like it's a metaverse kind of a thing, right? Fortnite is already almost like a digital world and a digital space. I mean, there's obviously the Battle Royale, but with the advent of like the Epic game engine thing, you can make different kind of games within Fortnite, like survival games or puzzle games, etc., etc. Fortnite also recently did a deal where they brought Rocket League, like the actual people that make Rocket League, into making content for Fortnite. So there's like a racing mode in Fortnite. They have a Lego mode in Fortnite. So Fortnite has already kind of become like a pseudo metaverse thing. And what I mean by that is the Ready Player One thing. That's really what it is. You know, it's not like some of the weird stuff that you saw in the early on stages where everybody was claiming to be able to build the next metaverse. But this is like a sort of game slash social hangout slash place where you could make purchases. It's like a marketplace, a social hub, and also a place to play video games. Fortnite kind of already like that, okay? And when I look at this image here, right, and I see a sort of Disney kind of park that then is connected to, this looks like the actual Disney castle or something like that. Over here you have like Marvel and Lucasfilm. I'm not really sure what you have over here. Is this like Avatar land or something like that? And then you got like some lands in the background. You can see some ships and whatnot. This is probably just a concept that art that they recently created. But Disney has invested $1.5 billion to have an actual stake in Epic Games and to create this hub and this place together, okay? Now, the reason that I think this is so cool, beyond just the fact that it's tapping into, games and social and where this is all headed, it made me think and it made me realize that the Disney IP, Marvel and Star Wars mostly, but I guess you could say Avatar. I mean, Avatar is huge, right? That IP is very valuable. Okay? And there was a part of thinking through to the end game of this, right? If you think about Ready Player One, like the actual movie or like the actual place, like plugging in, right? What's it called? The Oasis. You think about that. I would argue, despite maybe any or all of your feelings towards Disney currently, you would probably still want to interact with characters, worlds, technology, devices that is native to that IP. Meaning you would want to have a hangout session with Iron Man. You'd want to have an Iron Man costume, suit. You'd want to have a lightsaber. You'd want those things. And you'd probably want those things absent of all of the personal feelings you have about what Disney's doing in their shows and movies. And I had that thought because Fortnite itself has actually handled this IP arguably better than even Disney themselves, especially like within the shows and movies. So just, as an example, right? Like Star Wars, we all know what's going on with Star Wars. We know, the difficulties of Book of Boba Fett, Kenobi, and just the general divided nature of the Star Wars audience. When a Star Wars show comes out, you've got kind of a mixed bag and you've got mixed reactions online. But I wonder how many of you that actually have those issues, right? People like Jessica, maybe. How many of you would then go to enjoy this IP as it is handled by Epic? What I mean is, if you don't like Kenobi, I didn't like Kenobi, but I loved Kenobi in Fortnite. Meaning, like, I go into Fortnite, right? And, dude, the Kenobi, the lightsabers, the way it's handled, it's, like, really fun. And I enjoy Kenobi, and I enjoy Luke Skywalker being in there. I enjoy Darth Maul. I enjoy, like, finding Darth Vader on the map. I don't know how many of you guys have that experience, but I enjoyed the Star Wars shit in Fortnite immensely. Immensely. But it's also separate and absent from how I'm engaging with that IP through like the content that they're making, right? And it's like, even Marvel, like, think about this, Iron Man dead since Endgame, no real Iron Man in the MCU, but you can get an Iron Man suit. You can do fun Iron Man stuff in Fortnite. And it's still enjoyable. Like, your enjoyment of that thing is not really predicated on how the content's actually releasing, like, now. And so I had this thought because, look, I cover Marvel and Star Wars more or less for a job for the past 6 years. So I've been there for the highs. I've been there for the lows. And I totally understand that Disney itself has kind of like fucked up a little bit when it comes to their big IP. Like, that's just, I think that's a fair statement, right? The handling of Star Wars, the handling of Marvel, you can look at all sorts of trends. You can look at all kinds of numbers. And, I think that's just a fair statement. They haven't handled the IP very well as far as through movies and television. But I was kind of shocked when I thought about this idea and how my enjoyment of this IP just instantly sort of scales beyond what they're actually doing in the movies and shows. And it kind of like reminded me in a weird way that the IP itself is more valuable and just bigger than even like Kevin Feige and Kathleen Kennedy. Do you know what I mean? Like, Kathleen Kennedy and Kevin Feige are in control of this IP for now. But long after they're gone, or even just a little bit after they're gone, that IP will continue to be valuable and I think continue to provide a lot of fun experiences for the consumers. I just had this moment. It felt like an epiphany where I was like, dude, you might not get everybody to go watch the next Marvel thing. Like you might not. Like it might be to a degree broken as far as under Feige with those same people, with those same actresses, with this same storyline, with the multiversal stuff. There's like a lot of maybe pain points for the consumer just enjoying the content as it is delivered through the studio. Same thing with Disney. Pain points. I don't think those pain points exist for this game and for games in general. Like, does anybody get where I'm going with this? Like, does anybody understand the point that I'm trying to make? And I wonder if you feel the same. Like, if you're, I guess the best people to ask would be the people that are the most butthurt about Disney and their handling of the IP. Right? Like, who among you is the most butthurt about it? Like, who's the most haterish of current Disney and their handling of the IP? Yeah, let's see what Jessica thinks. You know what, Jessica? By the end of this stream, you and I might become friends. Wouldn't that be crazy? Yeah, what do you think? Are there some, like, real talk, like, are some of you guys out there and you're like, no, I really don't, like, I'm not going to go see the next thing. I'm not going to go see but you'd probably still fly an X-Wing around in Fortnite, right? Right? Or, like, are you so, like, I would just argue the number of people that are butthurt to the point that they would rob themselves of a good time with said IP, I think is pretty low. Especially if it doesn't come from the studios. What if Rey is flying it? Yeah, I mean, you'd probably have some people getting triggered, but I just don't think it. For some reason, this is the only way that I can explain it. Maybe I'm not articulating it the best because I'm super triggered, but what I'm trying to say is, as somebody who's like just been in this space, and I have a feel for how different folks feel about this IP, right? Just through existing on Twitter and social media, through comment sections, through live streams, through getting super triggered at Jessica. Like, I have a feeling, I have some concept of what that's like and how it motivates consumer behavior. And I feel like this leapfrogs all of that. Does that make sense? So when I had that thought, I was like, oh my God, a lot of this stuff is potentially just a blip on the radar. Right? So the other element to this, and this is where it kind of gets like even more interesting. Have you guys seen the sort of the floor tile thing that the Disney Imagineers are working on right now? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Let me see if I can pull it up. If I pull it up, I think you'll understand what I mean. Ready Player One. Let's see. Unfortunately, it's just a lot of the stuff from yesterday. See if I can find that tile floor. Maybe on my own profile page. Let me see if I can find this shit. Because this'll crystallize it. Like, this'll really begin to make it all make sense. Come on. It's gotta be here. Come on. When you see this, and we're going to talk about the Apple Vision Pro as well. Man, I really thought I tweeted about this. This was several weeks ago, it looks like. God damn. Anybody in chat got a link? Anybody in chat got a link? Wait, what? Is this it? Ooh, okay, I found it. Okay, check this out. Okay. So look at this.
So, I can walk on this omnidirectional floor in any direction I want. It will automatically do whatever it needs to have me stay on the floor. And what's amazing about this is multiple people can be on it and all walking independently.
Wow.
They can walk in virtual reality and so many other things. Theatrical stages that might have these embedded in them so that dancers can do amazing moves. Not me, but really good dancers. So there's just so many applications for this type of technology, and we don't know yet where it will be used.
Oh, yeah? I would argue they do know where it will be used. I think they know exactly what they're doing. So, you know, you just walk with me on this, okay? So you've got $1.5 billion being invested into Epic to create a new social hub / game / marketplace with Bob. You know what? Bob had there's a little interview clip here. Maybe we should watch this next. This will help bring it to here. Let's see here. And then this is an example too, not to get super triggered, but here, let me just show you why I got super triggered yesterday. Again, we're talking about an incredible jump on the stock price and a lot of excitement from investors. The cope is real. Disney board tries to save their asses. You got new rock stars in there, you know. Shareholder meeting disaster. Bro, what? Like, I don't know. That's part of the reason why I got super triggered. But I think this is the clip right here. Let's watch this.
And I understand you have a big announcement that you're going to break on our air of a new strategic investment and partnership you're making.
Yes, we've entered into a strategic relationship with Epic Games, the maker of Fortnite, to not only invest in the company Epic, we took a minority stake, $1.5 billion investment, but we're also creating with them a huge Disney universe that will be for gaming and for play and for watching and even for shopping, for digital goods and maybe ultimately physical goods that will live alongside Fortnite but be completely interconnected with Fortnite. And this represents probably our biggest foray into the game space ever, which I think is not only timely but an important step when you look at the demographic trends and you look at where Gen Alpha
this part's
Gen
really
Z,
important. Check this out.
Millennials are spending their time in media. It's pretty dramatic in terms of the amount of time spent in games. In fact, almost equal to, in some demographics, or equal to or greater than how people are spending their time on movies and television.
Again, like I know, like I get fixated on this shit, but like you're just watching the stock go up in real time and watching everybody be like, it's a fucking disaster. I just can't believe it. But regardless, the main takeaways there and why this is so important is he's talking about how millennials spend their time. And he said that it's almost equal to, and in some cases greater than, what they're spending on movies and television. And that's like another key thing here. That's another key thing to keep in mind. And when you really start to think about this, to me, it just kind of crystallized because I was like, wow, even people that don't like Lucasfilm currently will still want to have those experiences with Star Wars as IP, regardless of how the next 3 to 5 years shake out for Star Wars movies. The same thing is true of the Marvel content. Like, Marvel could literally just completely fall apart, and people will still desire those experiences in this thing, like whatever this thing is. He called it a Disney universe. I think that's because they don't want to call it a metaverse anymore. That maybe because of Zuckerberg, maybe just because in general metaverse might not be that cool to say anymore. Like maybe that people just don't like that kind of shit. But that's what it is, right? And that's what they're looking to create. You look at their relationship with Apple, the fact that Bob Iger's there for Apple keynotes last year, the fact that Disney Plus is one of the day one apps on the Vision Plus Pro thingy, and you've got this crazy Imagineer thing coming out around the same time of the tiled floors. I mean, you know, you put two and two together there, and it feels like they're building a Disney Ready Player One. And it just really struck me that as maybe media and the way consumers interact with that media changes, and I think, you know, when you look at video games, one of the biggest differences between video games and a television show or a movie is the fact that the user has control over what the experience is, right? We go to see the next Star Wars movie. We go to see the next Marvel movie. We don't really have a lot of input on what that's like, how that changes. But when it comes to a video game, like the user has a lot more control. And I would argue that most games, especially ones that I think are going to thrive in this coming marketplace, are going to be the ones that offer the most control to the end user. And it's like, just kind of started to realize, man, it doesn't even matter as much what happens in the movie and television. This is actually a bigger deal. This is actually more important. And as much as they can, I would probably like keep the studios, keep Hollywood away from this technology. You know what I mean? So to me, I was just like, dude, this is massive. This really kind of made me think about the Disney IP in sort of a different way. And I think it's a large part of why the stock is up. And correct me if I'm wrong here, I believe Disney said they want to spend $60 billion on the parks in the next couple of years. And I wouldn't be surprised if you would see integrations in the actual parks with what they're doing with Epic, and kind of like the way that could manifest itself. I think the potential is huge, right? So I don't know. I guess I'll kind of end, the take there, and I'll see what you guys think. But my sort of overall thoughts are like, when I started to think about what this thing was, and more importantly, how the value of the IP was separated from the studios in Hollywood, I was like, damn, that's really interesting. Instead of fixing some of the things that maybe people don't like, what if they just put more emphasis and focus on what's arguably a way better way to have their brands and their IP become enjoyed or be interacted with from the consumer perspective? I was like, dude, this is it. Like this is their way out. You know what I mean? Of the current situation that they are in. I don't know. What do you think, guys? Am I crazy? Am I just a big old Disney shill, or do you get what I'm saying? Let me know. Big old show. God damn it. It will take time, but yes. That is interesting. The time of it, huh? I mean, they're not going to have the metaverse tomorrow. You know what I mean? But maybe you see like a 1.0 relatively soon. They're going to spend $60 billion over the next 10 years, with 70% of it to increase capacity at parks and cruise lines. Yeah, but what does that mean? Increase capacity. Like, are we talking about robot avatars, where you can physically visit the park via a robot avatar that you hollow into with the hollow tiles in your VR AR headset? I really do understand what you're saying, but I don't think people are really going to buy into that. Everyone can see the dystopia, you know? You really think so? The dystopia. I don't know, man. I mean, people play a lot of video games. People spend a lot of time looking at their phones. You know, I think, yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. Like, people and the overall world does sometimes confuse me. So, like, I won't sit here and say, like, I know for sure, because some of the stuff that's happened over the past couple of years have just baffled me, frankly. And sometimes, like, I just get it wrong when it comes to consumer behavior, for sure. But, you know, when I saw all these people saying, oh, what a dystopian world, or, oh, my God, we're so cooked, from the people wearing the Apple Vision Pro, like, my thought was, bro, go into any bus, subway car, restaurant, even most streets, and look at what people are doing. They're doing this. And I gotta be honest with you, like, I feel from the outside looking in, that's like more dystopian. Like, that feels way more dystopian. At least motherfuckers have their heads up with the Apple Vision thing. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. Yeah, I just don't know. Robots provided by Elon? Well, I will also say I did have that thought as well. Where, you know, we sort of talked about, you know, Elon buying Disney. I think for the most part, that's just a big meme, right? Elon buying Disney. I don't think he's really going to. I think he has a vendetta for Disney. And that maybe he's trying to make it difficult and shit like that, right? But I would say this. Elon is an engineer. And I think that's actually where, like, a lot of his strengths lie. Is he's like a first principle thinker, engineer, and I really think that's kind of his wheelhouse. And I would argue that if we take all the sort of bullshit out of it, right, and we take all of the narrative, when we take all of the, you know, based Elon, like all that shit, and you just look at it from a business lens, I would say I think Elon and Disney, especially if this is where this is all going, yeah, I think there'd be a lot of great opportunity for crossover there. You know what I mean? Like, I do. I think that would be fantastic, and I think it could work really well. It's also a reason why I think they're so buddy-buddy with Apple right now, and I think it could be great. But do I really see that going on? No, probably not. Probably not. He buys companies, that's it. I mean, no, I can't agree. I just can't agree. I mean, I've heard Elon on podcasts. I've read Elon's book. He is a decent engineer. I don't think he's a world-class engineer, but he's definitely a better engineer than I am. He understands a lot of first principles engineering problems, you know? I don't think he's just, like, super genius guy. But he is a pretty smart guy. Check Empire. They posted more. Oh. Okay. Let's see here. The Star Wars prequel cast, including Hayden Christensen, Natalie Portman, Ewan McGregor, revisit the trilogy 25 anniversary. Okay. Yeah, so wait, there's just more interviews and shit like that? That's kind of funny. They posted a good meme. That's pretty clever. I'll give that a like. Yeah. Yeah, I find that whole thing with Epic and the whole like metaverse thing to be pretty fascinating, to be honest with you. Mr. Seymour Duck says, "Quack, what's up, man? New year, new me." It was a new year and a new me until an hour and 10 minutes ago. An immigrant who hates immigrants. God damn it, dude. I need a break from the internet. I just need a little break. Just a little break. Just a little chill time. You know what I mean? Just a little chill time. Han looks worried back there. He is. He's worried for my mental health. That's what it is. I know writers who go to Disney and Disney... What is this? Oh, man, I can't even scroll up on that. God damn it. God damn it. Josh, in your opinion, what's the reason behind Elon going after Disney in particular? Okay, so, we talked about this before, but it's not necessarily that he is going after Disney. First of all, Elon doesn't have the cash flow to buy Disney. I also don't think he's going to be able to secure loans to buy Disney, considering what's going on with Tesla and what's going on with Twitter, right? So, he doesn't really have the ability to buy Disney. But when it comes to, the Gina situation, it's not that he's anti-Disney. He's trying to stop cancel culture and liability for Twitter and such, okay? So... Here's what it is, right? If you want free speech on Twitter, ultimate free speech means anybody can say whatever they want. That gets pretty toxic, pretty crazy, pretty wild, almost right away, just by the nature of human beings, right? So if you want free speech, but then there's a bunch of wild ass shit that's on the platform, advertisers don't want to advertise on the platform because they don't want to get canceled or have to deal with backlash, okay? So I think what Elon's really trying to do is push back against cancel culture, ironically, so that advertisers are less worried about getting canceled. I ultimately feel that's what he wants to accomplish. He just wants that kind of shit to go away. That's what I think. But yeah, he obviously has... I think he's got a vendetta against Disney because they are incredibly powerful. And I think when they pulled out of advertising on Twitter, not only did it sting financially, but I think it also signaled to a lot of other companies that, that's the move. Which... there's just a lot of... Basically, this is what it is, and this is just my opinion on it. Disney kind of is trying to do the same thing to Elon as they did to Gina. Kind of. You know what I mean? And that is to sort of combine their power with their perceived moral high ground and basically signal to a lot of other institutions and people groups that this person is bad. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I think's going on. Mr. Seymour Duck, what's going on, buddy? Welcome to the Nerd Vengers. You are a Nerd Venger now. Oh. Wait, what? Fuck the internet. Finish the first volume. My patience is growing thin. What does that mean? Josh, let's do a nerd trip to Japan. Oh, man, I'd love to. We're pro-Elon, pro-America community. U.S., U.S., U.S. Am I pro-Elon? I don't know if I would say I'm pro-Elon. And this is what gets me into trouble on the internet. Everybody wants to fit everything, topic, debate, issue, take. Everything must be binary. You know what I mean? Everything must be binary. And, I just don't live in a world where that's true. I think Elon is probably a net positive for the world. But I also think Elon is a fucking psycho. And he should not be just left to his own devices completely and totally. I think that there needs to be checks and balances. Is that a crazy idea? Is that crazy? I don't know. Elon does seem a little unstable, to be honest. Yeah, for sure. But I think if you go back 40 minutes, Josh on the Den of Nerds probably seems a little unstable. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we're all dealing with this human condition consciousness thing. You know what I mean? Where's Jessica? Where is Jessica? I hope she's all right. I went a little hard on Jessica. Maybe too hard. This week has been on edge. You think so? I mean, I guess from the perspective of like doing the Gina story and then, you know, talking about these things today. But I just don't think the problem is it doesn't. The reason it's edge and the reason it's so tense is because everybody is so narrative focused. You know what I mean? Like everybody's so narrative. They're so like, ugh. You know? Yeah. Well, for me, yeah. I mean, look, I had a tough week. You know, to be honest. But hey, it is what it is. We keep it moving. You know what I mean? We keep it moving. Let me see here. Is there anything else? You know what? There was one other thing that I wanted to touch on today. This one's kind of funny. Maybe this will be good for a laugh. Let's talk about this. Let me see if I can find it here. Oh, it's not on here? What the fuck? Wait, what the hell? Where's the Matt Shackman thing? Am I crazy? Where's this shit at? Elon heard me talking shit and he like messed my my Twitter up. Ah, fuck it. I can't find it. We'll just talk about it. Okay, so this one's kind of funny because, you know, we used to call Kevin Feige White Suge Knight. And this is because although he has this outward appearance of being this like really fun, you know, like really positive, harmless dude, a lot of the stories that we heard behind the scenes were that he was like ruthless and crazy ruthless, right? And the reason I bring this up is because we're all eagerly awaiting the official announcement of the Fantastic Four. And we know who the Fantastic Four are, okay? I mean, at this point, everybody has talked about it, essentially, except for Marvel Studios. And we know who it is, right? And so yesterday, Matt Shackman, the director on the Fantastic Four, came out and basically said what we all already know. He said on Instagram that Pedro Pascal is Reed Richards. And this follows like a long line of like really funny things where like SAG was talking about it. Even Mike, what's the guy's name that was the Thing in the old Fantastic Four? Michael Chiklit, is that his name? Even he was discussing, you know, the Thing, and he knows who the Thing guy is and all this sort of stuff, right? Well, it turns out that later that day, Matt Shackman's Instagram was deleted. Completely gone. And so that's just crazy to me. Like, Shackman fucked around and found out. And I want to know what that conversation is like, right? I want to know what that conversation is like. But to me, like, it's one thing to delete the comment. Like, it's one thing to delete it and be like, okay, you know, maybe that was out of pocket or whatever. It's a completely different thing where his whole Instagram account was completely obliterated. And I wonder if they'll ever talk about that. We've heard people joke about this before where, like, I think it was Olivia Munn. It was somebody who was talking about doing a movie and working with Kevin Feige, but she had to be silent or he would snipe her out, and like all these little jokes like that. And so I wonder if, like, did Feige literally like take him into a room and say, So if you look at this part of this contract, you're now working for free. You're going to do this movie for free now. And you know what I mean? Like something like that, Hard Knocks, where it's like, we're going to sue you. We're going to like actually dock your pay and do stuff like that. I don't really know, but holy shit. Like that is bananas to have the homie's whole Instagram account go off. The other thing I was thinking about, and maybe this is the question that's on all of our minds, is like, what is the deal? Why are they not just talking about it? Again, we all know who the cast is, right? We all know. We know who's playing the Fantastic Four. So why is it such a hidden thing? Why would it be such a big deal for Jackman to share that information out? Well, I think it could be because they're aware of a little bit of, let's call it, the trepidation and confusion from fans. And they're really not sure how people are reacting to this thing. And by the way, I'm shutting gambling off. You're done. You're done, chat. You're done. And so what I think, guys, and I'll be looking out for this for San Diego Comic-Con this year. I think Feige doesn't want to just say that Pedro is Reed Richards. He wants to show us what Pedro as Reed Richards looks like. Because right now, I think if you just came out and said it, I think the reaction from fans would be, oh no, it's true. Oh no. You know, like, oh fuck. He really is Reed Richards. But if they instead show us like even some concept art and we kind of like can see it for ourselves and we're like, oh, okay, so that's Pedro as Reed. Okay, I can kind of see it and, you know, stuff like that. So I think that's probably the strategy from their part. And I'll be looking to see that if they do that for San Diego Comic-Con this year. And I see people in chat being like, who are the cast? Like, guys, don't you know? It's the same cast it's been for like months, since like late last year. Since we found out that it was Pedro, we basically know who it is, right? So it's Pedro, it's Vanessa Kirby, it's Eben Moss-Bachrach, and it's Joseph Quinn. Those are the people. Quinn is Johnny Storm, Vanessa Kirby is Sue, Eben is The Thing, and Pedro Pascal is Reed Richards. So, yeah, I don't know. It's I just wanted to share that because when I saw it, I just started laughing. I was like, God damn, bro. Like, again, you can delete the Instagram post. Deleting the whole account, that feels a little ridiculous to me. I don't know. Pedro as Reed, thumbs down. Yeah. You can't deny he is a good actor. No, I don't think you can. He is a good actor. 100%. Wait, they officially announced F4 cast? No, they have that's the whole point of what we were just talking about. They refuse to officially announce the cast. Like that's what we were talking about. Andrew Lincoln would have been RDJ caliber higher. You think so? You think so? F4 cast at the Super Sports Ball. You know, I did hear a rumor. I don't believe this rumor, by the way, but I did hear the rumor that the Deadpool trailer will end with Ryan Reynolds spoiling the cast of the Fantastic Four. And like a super meta joke where he's like, oh yeah, just because Feige refuses to officially announce it, here's who the Fantastic Four is. Some shit like that. So that would be kind of funny. I would only watch the WDW stream with you on it. I really lost respect for those guys after the horrible Dave's wife hit piece Echo Chamber. Yeah, for sure. I mean, look, I said my piece about that. I think it's pretty loser behavior. But I did watch Pro's breakdown of it. And to his credit, he at least kind of brought it up and did acknowledge that some people think it's out of pocket and it doesn't matter. Other people think it does. And they sort of explored the idea of, does it matter? I think that's just kind of 2 steps removed from grifting off some shit that's completely irrelevant. But I will at least give them credit for sort of at least acknowledging it as a discussion to be had rather than this is obviously horrible and we need to freak out about it. You know what I mean? But I also try, like, here's the thing, man. Like, I try to extend a little bit of grace and I try to, like, understand where people are at. And I don't necessarily think that, like, I guess I'll put it this way. I can empathize with people that legitimately think that is a big deal and should be discussed. I can empathize with that. It's not like I have no, you know what I mean? It's not like I can't see why you would think that. I just happen to pretty starkly disagree and think it's completely irrelevant and uncouth to talk about. But yeah, that's kind of my perspective on it. It's like, I don't hate these guys. I really don't hate like anybody. You know what I mean? Like, we're all just humans. We're trying to figure this shit out. Even the content game, it's like ruthless, so I get it. But yeah, no, I thought that shit was pretty out of pocket. Kevin Hart as the Thing would have been Liddy. Oh my God. All right, I think we're probably gonna have to just do Q&A and then get out of here. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my marbles. We hate James Gunn though, right? Chat, do you think I hate James Gunn? Just be honest with me. Chat, do you think I hate James Gunn? Do I hate him? You think I hate him? How's everything going for Unity? I mean, look, Unity is going well. We're not going to be able to launch this week. We're going to launch next week for the Second Chance Kickstarter. I'm waiting. The sculptor should have stuff. The sculptor should have stuff to me early next week. I would really like to get that statue or sculpt on the Kickstarter, but I can't do that until I look at it, until I talk to some people, get some quotes of what that would cost and what that would look like. So, yeah, I'm kind of working on that still. James hates you, that's for sure. Do you think so? I don't think, you know what my honest take is, and I don't know, maybe this is a bridge too far to like try to psychoanalyze James Gunn. You know what I mean? I don't think he hates me. I just think he's a pathological liar and up his own ass. Like, his head's up his own ass. But that's not like the same thing as him being like a horrible fucking person or him being some of the horrible things that people say that he is. You know, and I can also acknowledge that there are a lot of people out there that think he's a nice, kind, sweet person. He's obviously an accomplished filmmaker, and I think he's a good storyteller. But I just think he's a pathological liar, a control freak, and has his head up his own ass. But that's not, I don't hate him. You know what I mean? And in the same breath, like, I don't think he would hate me. You know, he would probably just view me as like irrelevant or unimportant. In the same way that he viewed his co-writer on the original Guardians of the Galaxy, who he fought to try to keep her name off of that movie. Does that make sense? I really don't hate the guy. You know, I don't. I think I understand him. You know, we love you. That's we love you. That's all that matters. What Josh says goes. No, it's not what Josh says goes. Except yes, it is. Where is Jessica? Is she safe? Is she all right? Take my money. I don't know, man. I hope she's all right. I also think she's wildly out of pocket and completely wrong. But yeah. Didn't James lie about Supergirl too? I can't keep track of how much he lies. He lies quite a lot on social media and probably in his real life too, but it is what it is. How'd you rate the stream so far? 7.5 out of 10. You know? I would say, here's what I would give myself: a 9 out of 10 for recovery, because I was about to like find Jessica's IP address and take the stream on the road as we like tracked her down and then like UFC fought her. So I would say 9 out of 10 for the ability to turn it around and get into other content. but probably still just like a 7.5, overall. Hard 8? Okay, I'll take that. Do you think James Gunn looks at you the way you look at Jessica? God damn it, Trev. God damn it. I'm not even going to think about that. I'm just going to get really triggered by you. And also, I do see your point. I should have been more loving to Jessica. You know what I mean? That's a fair point. Trev. And I hate you all the more for it. Okay. Let's get into Q&A. Rouse, first in today, says 3 years in the dead. Holy Kenobi. I can barely make the live streams ever, but I read Unity #1 and love it. Keep on doing the darn thing, Josh. Much love. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I mean, I'm really excited about Unity. Got some pages in for Chapter 2. I shared, just a nice random page with Angel from Chapter 2, and I'm really excited about it. So, yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate you, brother, and I hope all is well. It's no worries on not being able to make the streams. Marcus says, Diamond member, baby. Looking forward to my first Diamond stream. Well, thanks, Marcus. I appreciate it. Maybe we'll do the Diamond stream next week or maybe the week after one. We'll definitely do one this month, though. We'll do one this month for sure. Appreciate you, man. Bleach Bitch says, with a 10 spot, been out of the loop for a while. What happened with Nerd Theory? I absolutely loved you and Theory together. So I'm just pretty confused what went down. I'm in. So nothing went down. I know this is crazy, okay? And I know this is like such a wild concept, okay? But we did the show for like 4 years. Incredible show. Obviously, a lot of people enjoyed the show. And as a testament to that, I get comments about Nerd Theory every day of my fucking life, okay? But here's what happened. I was thinking about my time. I was thinking about the things I wanted to accomplish. And I was thinking about that show and kind of, really, I was thinking about how much Mondays were just a day that Elisa and I felt like we were on completely different planets. Like Mondays are always really busy, but with Nerd Theory, it became like really busy into some kind of decompression period into really busy. And you guys know, like sometimes we would stream for 3, 4, 5 hours. We did a couple 6, 7 hour streams. So then it's not just that my Monday would be crushed, my Tuesday would be crushed because I would be up really late and then would have to sleep in. And then so basically like 2 days out of the week, like my wife and my son were kind of just on their own, right? And I was like, yeah, I don't really want to do that anymore. I thought long and hard about it and just decided I was going to leave the show. And I was like, you know what? Let's leave. There's no beef. There's no bad blood. There's no ill will. This is the time to walk away. Not when I'm frustrated. Not when Theory's frustrated. Not when we're fighting. You know what I mean? This is the perfect time to walk away because there's no beef. Right? So, granted, I will say this, and I think this is where, Theory has every right to be frustrated with me. I gave him probably like 15 minutes notice, you know what I mean? Where I was like, oh, hey, by the way, man, I'm kind of done with the show. Tonight's a goodbye show. And looking back on it, like, yeah, absolutely. That's not a super chill thing to do. And maybe that, you could say like that is a source of frustration or beef. But I thought our last show together was unbelievable. It was exactly what I wanted it to be. It was sincere. It was heartfelt. We acknowledged a lot of the memories. I was really emotional. It was huge. Like, dude, for years of my life, every Monday I'd get in at some point and Theories would pop up and we'd catch up and then we'd do the show. It was like, it was awesome. I love that guy, man. And I love doing that show. And that's it. Like, that's literally it. But I feel like that's not enough. And I feel like maybe it's so weird. Maybe some people just can't. They were like, but I don't understand. Like, there has to be some other reason, or there has to be some beef, or there has to be. No. Like, literally, that's it. We had an incredible run. I looked at what my weekly schedule was, and I said, I can no longer do this show. I have a lot of other things I want to accomplish, so I'm done with the show. That's it. You know what I mean? And I do think there's something to be said for going out on top. You know what I mean? And that's, in my opinion, I think that's kind of what we did. So, that's it. Mariana says, the discourse of Gina's situation is toxic as hell. Saw super sexist comments about her on Facebook made by Star Wars fans. For a community to claim Star Wars is for everyone and to make these statements hypocritical. Yeah, for sure. I mean, look, there's no shortage of hypocrites, hypocritical, there's a lot of hypocritical thought people on the internet. There's no shortage of that. You know what I mean? And by the way, every person is a hypocrite in some way. You know, I think a lot of us say things, don't always do them. I think a lot of us claim to have values that we don't always have. So I think, you know, everybody's a hypocrite. But I would say, I mean, dude, Facebook, oof. I don't know. I just don't know if that's the place that you're going to get a lot of, like, nuance and, you know, honest takes is on Facebook. But yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, it's a controversial topic. I think that to disregard the reasons why that would be controversial is, like, not fair either. But yeah, I mean, trust me, as somebody that's, like, you know, online all the time and experiencing all kind of input and all kind of Jessica motherfuckers. Trust me, I totally get it. It can sort of warp your reality, and you think that that's all that there is. But I don't know. For my part, I was actually much more happy with the way our community sort of talked about those sort of things on Monday. And maybe I just didn't have my eye on chat a lot, but I felt like just going through that stuff and, you know, trying to be fair and just get your opinions on it. Like, it is what it is, right? And we don't all have to agree about these things. Do you know what I mean? And I also think it's weird to think that just because we disagree about these things, we are enemies. Like, that kind of goes back to, like, a little bit of WDW Pro and the Valiant and all those guys. Like, even, like, Nerderotic or Jeremy and all these guys. Like, I don't hate these people. I don't think they're my enemy. I just disagree. And, you know, I don't know. Like, that should be okay, too. So, bottom line, that's an issue that you should expect, those kind of things. I think the best thing you can do is either try to walk through the whole situation gracefully yourself and just offer your input, acknowledge that it's going to come back in weird ways, or remove yourself from the situation. Like, if you can't, because like, real talk, like, I'm going out of town this weekend. I'm really looking forward to that shit. Like, I love y'all, but sometimes I need to get away from the internet a little bit. So I'm excited to get away from the internet. I'm going down to West Virginia. I'm going to be hanging out in the fucking mountains, bro. Just chilling with coal miners and steel mill workers, real people. And I'm looking forward to that. And it'll be a nice little break from all the noise online, you know? So, sucks that happens, but sometimes you got to remove yourself. Jake J says, is Unity Round 2 dropping today? Got to get in this time. Unfortunately, it's not going to drop today, man. It's not going to drop today. I had a lot of stuff go wrong this week, so we're not quite ready for Unity Round 2. Hopefully next week, though. Hopefully we can drop that shit next week. Corey Chas, welcome to the Nerd Avengers. Appreciate you. Madison says, 2 years? Damn! Love this channel. Truly never a dull moment. Miss those WandaVision streams, too. Thanks, Josh. You rule. Hey, thanks, Madison. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. You know, it is kind of wild that, you know, I appreciate that I have a community that I don't necessarily have to walk on eggshells around. I think we went through a process. It's funny you bring up WandaVision. I think WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier and some of those shows in that time was interesting because, you know, we talk about like audience capture, right? You talk about audience capture, you talk about grifting and all of these things, right? And boy, oh boy, did I not do that shit. And on the one hand, it's like, okay, if I would have just stuck to my shill guns, pew pew, you know, maybe the channel would be bigger, maybe the brand would be bigger, maybe the numbers would be bigger, right? But I think in some way, my inability to like not just speak what's on my mind, like sometimes it like really gets me in trouble. But I think that one of the positive sides of it is the people that still mess with me, the people that still support me, the people that still watch me, I don't have to walk on eggshells around you guys anymore. I don't really have to adjust what I say for your consideration. If you've been here this long, I have said some shit that pissed you off. I have said some stuff that you completely disagree with. And you're still here. And you're still supporting. Do you know what I mean? And so I will take that over huge numbers and audience capture any day of the week. You know what I'm saying? So, good and bad. You know what I mean? Good and bad. But I appreciate the support, Madison. Thank you so much. Carl says, so is Disney making money now? Disney Plus was a great idea. Star Wars is back and Marvel is saved. Hashtag Trev was right. I take it all back and I hate Chad and God damn it, Carl. God damn it. Okay, let's talk about this. Carl, here we go. Is Disney making money now? Disney has been making money, dude. They're just making way less of it, and they might not be making profit. Number one. Disney Plus was a great at idea. Learn how to speak English, Carl. And also, no, I don't think Disney Plus was a great idea. I will say this, though. If Disney, this is just my opinion. I wonder what you guys think about this. Remember, there was a time, and we were discussing this on Discord yesterday, I think, with somebody. I forget who it is. It was one of the accounts that like I've banned 7 times, but he keeps coming back. And at some point, I was just like, fuck it, he's kind of chill. Like, let's let him chill. We were talking about this on Discord. There was a time where Disney, and I think Bob Iger himself said, we are not trying to compete with Netflix. We're trying to price ourselves at like lower than Netflix, and basically the proposition is just having access to the vault, right? At one time, that was their strategy, where they were just going to have like $7 a month, and it was just going to give you access to all of their content. I felt like that was the move. Like, I was like, dude, that's a good idea. And I don't know what happened. Maybe the amount of people that signed up, you know, kind of blew them away. And like all of a sudden they're like, wait a minute. What if we jacked up the price, made a bajillion shows each month or each year, you know what I mean? And like, so I don't know, somewhere along the way, the concept of Disney Plus changed, and I don't think the new version of it, the new thing is really all that, right? But I will say, Yeah, okay, cool. See, Trev's nice. You guys are always so mean to Trev. Like, he got this article here from 2018. Yeah. Let's see here. Disney just launched a $5 a month ESPN Plus streaming service with sports. If the Fox deal closes, it will have controlling stake in Hulu, which offers a broad array of programming at about $8 a month. The Disney branded entertainment service, Disney will have more control over its movies, TV shows, blah, 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 blah. Though a price for the upcoming entertainment service isn't sold yet, Iger told analysts during a conference call that price will reflect a lower volume of shows and movies. Netflix price ranges 8 to 14. In the works, Disney services are live-action Star Wars series, animated Clone Wars, blah, blah, blah. Iger's... Okay, so he doesn't, like, exactly say it here. It's not the exact, but I definitely remember... I remember this language. I remember this idea, and mostly saying, it will reflect a lower volume of shows and movies. And I think he was comparing it to Netflix, who had, like, a massive library. So I think he had essentially said a couple of different times that we're not trying to compete with them. We want to exist kind of beside them or whatever, right? So I think that would have been a better move. Because then, like, I gotta be honest with you, I still think they would have got to 100+ million subscribers. I still think they would have been cash flowing like around $1 billion a month. And I don't think they would have been creating all of these shows. I don't think they would have been watering down their brands. Like, that's just what it probably should have been. Like, more, like, if they just thought of it as a place where the vault just lives and where, like, after all the sort of pay periods, that's where it lands. I think it would be profitable already. So, yeah. Star Wars is back and Marvel is saved. Trev was right. Yeah, so last part of Coral's statement here. I think the argument I was making was many of us have been locked into this thinking of, in order for Marvel and Star Wars to be rehabilitated, that has to come from, like, the TV and the movies. Right? Oh, the first line? Well, I already deleted it. I already X'd out of the article, but I'm just going to believe you. The Epic deal to me made me realize they could rehabilitate those brands sort of separate from TV and movies. You know? Josh, you can't say Carl like that and not want Andrew as Reed. Yeah, hell yeah, I can. Carl! Andre says, sup, sexy man. Oh, man, we go back a long time. Of y'all amazing mother truckers want the same. Get that membership with the Bezos money. Take my money. Thanks, Andre. I appreciate it, brother. 33 months, goddamn. That's a long time. Elijah. Oh, okay. Yeah. And you were talking about the OLED screen. You know what's interesting? Elijah, if you're still in here, I wonder if you share my perspective on this whole Epic Disney metaverse deal. I wonder if you share my perspective on that. You know? Orange Grove 55 says, when your entire brand is go woke, go broke, Disney doing better is a problem. In my humble opinion, anyone can make the content they want to make, but just the reality of the situation. Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, that is what it is. I mean, when you sort of grift into anti-Disney, anti-woke kind of material, like that has to, you have to sustain off of that, right? So it's like, you might say all these things about what's wrong with Disney, but if you pointing that out led to them fixing the problems, you wouldn't have a business anymore, right? So that is definitely a part of it, right? Whether you want to call it audience capture or whether you want to call it just being captured by the grift and the income, like that is absolutely what it is. you know? Yeah. I mean, in some ways I get it, right? Because, you know, you got to eat. You want to make money. The world's crazy. There's a lot of different ways you can sort of justify it. But I don't know, man. It's just like I can't not call it like I see it. And I can't sit back and like give tacit approval to narratives and just ideas that I think are just simply not true. You know, like, it is the case that Disney has been fucking up, and that is reflected in the stock price. I mean, that's data that has been pointed out many times by Disney detractors, John Deere tractors. So is it not also true when the opposite happens? Like, I just, you know, if you want to use the stock price as evidence when it is low, I just think you also have to acknowledge the opposite may be happening when the stock price goes up. Like, I don't know. Wild idea, huh? Spenny says, how do I get into the Diamond Lounge? You got to get on the Discord and you got to link your YouTube account to the Diamond Lounge. Jonas says, signed up 3 years ago because of your epic rants. You never let me down. Appreciate you, Josh. Oh, thanks, man. That's really sweet of you. Thank you. Chris says, 40 months. Let's go. No Avengers for life. Take my Disney shill money. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Disney gonna win. Disney the best. Bob Iger for president. Vandal says, when the new season started, it looked like this with the multiple words, etc. And Epic said they would be putting more focus into Rocket League. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, I mean, obviously there's still a lot of questions with what exactly does this mean, but I just think it's as simple as this. They have made a good call by partnering with Epic, by putting $1.5 billion into it. I mean, guys, what did they buy Star Wars for? Does anybody, let me illustrate it this way to you. How is Epic advertising it? Wait, what do you mean? How much did Star Wars cost Disney? Yeah, $4 billion, right? Thank you. And did they have a minority stake in Star Wars? No. They bought it outright. Right? So Disney, let's call it about half. It's not quite half, but it's about half. Disney spent about half of what they spent to acquire Star Wars, and they have a minority stake in the company. That should show you the scale of what we're talking about. They're willing to essentially spend about half of what they spent to get Star Wars, to have a minority stake, and to build something with Epic with their IP moving forward. Like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, do you see why this is like such a big deal? Do you see why people are like really excited about it? It's huge, man. Huge. Aaliyah says, I sent you a Twitter X DM about my Disney perspective. Too nuance for Super Chat. Wish everyone like you with media analysis. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you. I will also point out, though, Aaliyah, you haven't always felt that way. I think I ruffled your feathers a couple of times with some of my takes. But it's all good. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Echo on Nielsen charts. That is pretty dope. Yeah, it is kind of crazy. Yeah. So I'll just say that, like, my sort of general take on that and just the company itself is, you can't deny that Disney maybe had one of the worst years that a studio has ever had last year. I mean, the actual movie side of the business had one of the worst years ever last year. You can also, like, kind of not deny, like, what has happened over the past several years and where that stock price is at. especially relative to other stocks that are similar. I'm not trying to argue that Disney has it all figured out, that they have a totally reasonable plan on how to get back to where they were. But I will tell you that a lot of the stuff that came out from the investor call was encouraging, not just to me, but obviously to Wall Street and to investors. And I'm just personally a guy that wants Disney to do better, not because I care about Disney, but because I care about the IP that they have. And I want to have positive experiences with that IP as a consumer for myself and for my family for the next ever, basically. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know if that's like a radical point of view to have on this, but that's where I'm at. I don't even own stock. I sold out of my Disney stock. I sold out of my Disney stock when it was like at 140 still. You know what I mean? I watched Kenobi and I was like, get this stock the fuck out of here. Basically. I considered buying some stock yesterday. I'm still considering buying some stock. You know, not financial advice, but I am pretty encouraged by what I heard. And it's obvious that a lot of other people are as well. So we'll just see. Chris says, fun fact, Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run at Galaxy's Edge runs on Unreal Engine, which is pretty dope. Yeah, so does the Volume, actually. So, yeah. Felt like people were too nice on the Kenobi show. Definitely agree. I definitely agree with that. Parker Gonzo says, just got into the stream. Why did I miss? I don't know why you missed. You tell me. Mr. Seymour Duck says quack and then is a member. Mr. Seymour Duck, welcome to the Nerd Vengers. I also appreciated your input on Twitter yesterday as you were explaining your perspective on the financial reporting from Disney. Mr. JB says, how was the wings and pizza? It was good. Didn't get pizza though. And I'll tell you this. If I'm ever ordering wings again during a stream, because last night we did the Nerd Venger stream, we were watching Empire of Dreams. I had a lot of fun last night with you guys. If you were there last night, I hope you had a good time, because I had a good time. But you guys gotta help me, because I ordered 2 kinds of spicy wings. And Elisa was just not in the mood for spicy. And so I was like, okay, maybe these aren't too spicy. So I tried like the medium buffalo and I was like, oh, God damn it. It's way too spicy. And then I tried the spicy barbecue and I was like, oh my God, it's so spicy. I don't know what Buffalo Wild, like, dude, Buffalo Wild Wings has no chill. Like, they can't just make something a little bit spicy. It's got to either be like baby proof or burning butthole as soon as it touches your lips. Pause. And we had burning butthole as soon as it touches your lips yesterday. And I was like, this is crazy. So I felt bad because Elisa could not eat any of the wings. So next time, you guys got to be like, yo, what about Elisa? You know what I mean? Because like it's not like now I'm going to get all fat. I'm going to get even more fat because I got to eat all those wings today. I hate to waste it. So it's basically your fault. Justin says, oh no, here goes woke Josh with the non-binary comments. Ah! Appreciate you, bro. Yo, brother, how do I say your name? Jorge? Jorge? I'm not sure how to say your name, bro. I would watch the WD Pro stream with you on it. I really lost respect for those guys after horrible Dave's wife's hit piece, Echo Chamber. Okay, yeah, I already touched on this a little bit, but I'll tell you this. This is the honest feeling. I'd like to believe I'm a decent judge of character. I think WDW Pro is a good dude. I think Valiant is a good dude. I think they probably don't have a lot of empathy for people that don't see things the way they do, and that can come across as crass and even hurtful. But I just think they don't care about that, which is not like the same. It's not the same thing. I mean, I guess it's a little bit crass, but it's not the same thing as genuinely being a bad person. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, we'll see. If I've got time next week, I'll hop on the call with them. You know what I mean? Andre says, where's Jessica? Is she safe? Is she all right? I genuinely hope she is. Justin, thanks for rejoining. Mr. Orion, welcome back to the Nerd Vengers, baby. Chillin says, not much to say. Hope the fam is well. Just wanted to drop some support. Did you ever check out my line of thoughts? Nerd Vengers for life. Take my money, Unite. I'll be honest with you, bro. I haven't checked out that video. I'll try to. If you want to throw me a reminder, though, just in the DMs, that would help out a lot. But yeah, no, fam's good, man. It's been a crazy week. Just a lot of stuff that we're juggling. And I've just been working so much, bro. It sucks because I know I should be working more on YouTube because YouTube is a thing that requires a lot of focus and attention. And like the main channel is like not getting good views because I haven't been like doing a good job. That's because I've been having so much more fun working on comics and I care way more about the comics I'm making. So it's one of those things where like it felt like I took a step away from the main channel and did a lot of comic book stuff. And now I'm like, oh, fuck. Now I got to do all this work to get views going again on the main channel. And it's really just like make good videos that you guys like, right? But the thought process that goes into that is like very intense and can be very draining and taxing, you know? So especially because like I just don't want to grift, right? So I'm good. It's just one of those things where like I wish I could just like do the streams, work on the comics, and like not worry about the main channel and not worry about videos. But unfortunately, that's just not how that shit works. That is just not how that shit works. Taylor White says, love you, Josh. Your takes are reasonable. Discovered you from Nerd Theory. Can't watch Theory at all anymore. You're just the guy. Happy to be a Nerd Venger. People are crazy. Keep being you. Well, thanks, man. I really appreciate the support and totally get not wanting to watch particular person. That's all part of the journey, too. You know what I mean? And trust me, there's a lot of channels I watch that you guys probably wouldn't want to watch. Like really dry podcasts or really crazy channels that talk about like the Anunnaki and Emerald Tablets and, Atlantean mystics and things of that nature. So, yeah, different strokes, different folks, man. But I'm glad that you get some value out of the channel. Photo by Mike O says, just saying hi. Hey, man, 42 months of support. That's pretty wild. I appreciate you, Mike. And thanks for being here, brother. Really do appreciate it. Renee says, 3.5 years of hearing Josh yell into the mic. I'm still here and still love it. Give me yell again, Papa Josh. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. Hey, by the way, I changed the power of your character in the comic or your wife's character. You talking about the Wive Files? I fucking love the Wive Files, man. Okay. Renee, check this out. I think you'll dig this. I was thinking about the character, and there was just something that didn't feel right about her being, like, in the wheelchair and then, like, transforming into another character and then, like, oh, that's the hero. And, like, it almost felt like we weren't... There's just something off about it, okay? And so what I decided, I changed it so her superhero name is Astral, and she has the ability to not only have an astral form, but she can project people's consciousness to other places. And so there's a scene where she's in the wheelchair and literally like this astral like spirit form of her walks out of her own body and extends a hand to one of the other characters and says, "Here, I'll show you what I'm talking about." The other character takes her astral hand and then has his consciousness and her consciousness projected to a battlefield where they are observing in real time what is going on. And I was just like, I like that a little bit better, you know? And so, yeah, I was writing some scenes with that character the other day. So, yeah, let me know what you think. I thought it was cool. I thought it was pretty chill. Rello, welcome back, brother. Frostmorph6, welcome to the Nerd Vengers, baby. You are a Nerd Venger now. Okay, cool. Yeah. I think you'll dig it, man. I think you'll dig it. I also think they'll draw the shit out of it, and I think the coloring is going to be really, really cool, too. So, yeah. Frostmorph6 with a 20 spot says, been a fan since you first did Nerd Theory. I consider you to be my internet twin. We have the same B-day, agree on 90% of the takes, have a passion for writing and filmmaking, finally became a member. How do I get to the Discord? Well, first of all, thank you so much, man. That's very, very sweet, very generous. And you also seem like a super smart guy. You know what I mean? Like if you agree with 90% of my takes, whew, what an intelligent guy, you know what I'm saying? What a smart dude, you know what I'm saying, chat? Okay, there's the link right there for the Discord. Discord. How are you liking Snap now that you're back in it? Been thinking about coming back myself. Well, I posted on... I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying Snap. I got Beta Ray Bill up to 6 million. Here, where's my... I don't know where my phone's at. Oh, no! I can't show you. All right. So I got Beta Ray Bill to over 6 million, and I won. And I was like, oh, dude, that shit's crazy. And then last night, I had another opportunity where I could go for the win, or I could go for making Beta Ray Bill as big as possible. And I ended up going for that. And it was this really cool moment, actually, where the guy or gal that I was playing against kind of recognized what was happening and was just kind of giving me fist bump emojis as we both just waited there for it to keep going. And it was just like this cool moment where I felt like that person was like, oh, I get what he's doing. Hell yeah, bro. Let's see how big we can get this thing. And I ended up getting... Beta Ray Bill to over 12 million. I lost the game, but I got Beta Ray Bill to up over 12 million. And so, yeah, I was just, I'm loving Snap. I like a lot of the changes they've made. I felt like the, what's that called? Like the rating thing where you go in and it's like a special kind of ladder that you can get on. I've been enjoying that. So, yeah. Yeah, it's going to be good stuff. Masma says, wait, what? What's Masma saying? Wow, I didn't think this was a circle jerk channel. How dare you? LOL, one circle jerk joke. I do like the community. Yes, we know. We know you like the community. Also, shout out to you for going to see Dune 2 in 70mm IMAX. That's pretty crazy. I'm jealous. I am jealous. Den of Strokes. I mean, I feel like I'm close to one. I feel like this whole stream's been like right on the edge. Like, will I have a stroke live? I'm not sure. 70mm IMAX Oppenheimer. I did not have the pleasure of witnessing that. No. Oppenheimer was cool, though. Hello, my fellow mouth breathers. Hello, Vince. Hi, Vince. How you doing? Not that kind of stroke. A bow chicka bow wow. Nice. Nice, man. Toast has some Daredevil stuff. Yeah. I don't think that's something we should be talking about on stream. You know, I mean, we don't want to spoil it for everybody, but I think I already know what it is. I think I already know what it is. Here's the thing I'll say about... Here's what I'll say. We'll leave on this. We will leave on this. Holy shit, does Daredevil look cool. They just did some wire work of like him actually swinging in on the baton. And I'm blown away. And a lot of what is happening seems really cool. And so I might be able to forgive some things that might happen if it really is just so damn cool and so damn good. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We shall see, ladies and gentlemen. We shall see. No, I don't need another coffee. I'm cool. I'm chilling. All right, everybody. I'm going to get on out of here. Zerako says, can I be knighted as a new nerd venture? Zerako, you are a nerd venture now. Welcome. Welcome. All right, everybody. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy... sorry, I'm gassy. And a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video. Is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? Leave. Oh, I just hope Taylor Swift brings her A game on Sunday, you know? Really excited. Let's go. Super excited about that. Oh, man. It was a close one. It was a close one today. I don't know if you could sense it, but I almost lost my goddamn mind on Jessica. It was almost like Elisa has to shut the stream down. Whew! We got close, but we made it through. And you know what? We made it through together. So thank you. Appreciate you. Much love. And remember, open up your third eye and wash out your stinky Jessica. Because she's a butthole.